to warn the United States and their President Joe Biden. If you continue to interfere in the affairs of Taiwan, which are our responsibility, we will have to take the initiative and respond with greater firmness, including taking a stance in support of Russia, which is experiencing your injustices. I want to warn.
Hey, Shalom, Yasharallah. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and to the apostles at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to all you hope for elect Akim out there laboring that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. This is your brother Amar from the GMS Boise, Idaho camp, talking about, this video that you just saw about these Chinese so-called, we know them as Moab in the scriptures, that they're taking the side of the king of the Medes, which in this case is Russia. And we understand that Russia and China are going to be one of the two top key players in the destruction of Babylon, because China is going to follow Russia, which is going to be a guard unto the nations, because, they're one of the top military powers in the world, just like the United States. So with the combination of China and the numbers as well, and being able to work together, that's over 1 million man army. And right now, America's lacking when it comes to allies. They may have the setup right now. They got embassies in certain places. They still got a lot of trade. The dollar's still, somewhat strong. But sooner than later, man, these nations are going to figure out who has been behind their misfortune, and they're going to do something about it. In this case, the Chinese president Xi Jinping was talking about how America is dealing with them in the Taiwan situation, which ultimately, that's going to boil over too, and into a hot war. So it's just not a matter if, but when. You got North Korea also putting nuclear submarines now in the water, which is a new thing because they didn't have any submarines. It's been recent. So all these nations, they're not weak anymore, because what makes them strong is their capabilities when it comes to having ICBMs, nuclear weapons. Because now America's not the only one with a big stick running around. I think it was Teddy Roosevelt. He said, walk softly but carry a big stick. Hey, man, that was America's MO back in the day. But they're not the top dog after World War II anymore. These other nations have grown strong and grown tired of the policies that always kept them down. So, and this is all according to prophecy, because this is going to bring in the world chaos, Jacob's trouble, World War III. There has to be wars and rumors of wars, just like Yahweh Shai said when he was here and doing his ministry. This is Jeremiah 51, and I'm going to start at 28. Prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. And we understand that this is going to talking about the Medes, but I wanted to get the point in the first line that said, prepare against her the nations with the kings. That's plural. So that's not just talking about the Medes. That's talking about the Medes and their allies. And right now, China and Russia are both getting a lot of allies in, the continent of Africa. They're having stronger military ties within themselves. I think it was like maybe the second or third month into the Ukraine invasion that North Korea offered. I think it said like 1,000, or some. It was a pretty big number of volunteered troops that would go and fight on the side of Russia. I think it was 1,000 or 100,000. But it was a lot. It was a big number of men. So these nations, they're ready to get down with Russia against America, because they have fighting the same enemy. That's the saying in the world, because enemy of my enemy is my friend. In this case, they're not directly enemies, but they do have a common enemy, which makes them even more of a friend. That's what this most recent BRICS change up was about, by adding up 6 other nations. Their economic power went up, their trading power went up. 80% of the oil now is within those nations that are in the BRICS currently, and now it's a different alliance economically because America, even if they may have bigger guns and weapons and stuff like that, they may not have enough troops, but also their economy is going to go down, and that's like America's Achilles heel, you know. If they get that hit, they're done. And that's why ultimately, these nukes are going to fly. Because Esau has a mentality of if I can't have it, ain't nobody going to have it. So they'll straight launch this shit off and burn this whole motherfucker down. That's like on a smaller scale when you see a man, he goes and he kills his whole family, and then next thing you know, he just blasts himself, you know. So that's Esau's type of mentality. But I got another scripture because these things are happening, and they're not gonna stop. I believe it was in Isaiah 13, around 9 verse 17. Okay, Salakia, this is Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. And this is, again, talking about Russia. But the point is that, China and Russia both are going to be doing pretty much the same thing, attacking Babylon, the armies of Gog and Magog, China currently already has a 1 million-man army, so how much more when they put drafts into place and then they have more military alliances? And this place has no chance. This is, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. That's talking about when a nuclear missile finally explodes. It doesn't care if it's young, it's old, it's a pregnant woman. When a bomb goes off and that wall of fire is rolling, man, it's consuming everything in its path. This is 19. And Babylon, do we know what that is? The glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency. This is Edom's, let's say, prized possession, the top nation that they dwell in currently. Shall be when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, which is fire and brimstone. Verse 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. It's because it's going to be a desolate wilderness wasteland, like a desert, because of how many nukes are going to pelt this place and liquefy this bitch. So, and it's going to be a constant memorial to the other nations on why you shouldn't live wicked. So with that, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakak. Again, double honors to our elders and the apostles of the great millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and salutations to all you hopeful Lektakim for laboring and pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom, DTA, Baba Ball, soon.